Yes, I'm on now. How you doing, folks? I just want to do a short little video just discussing why I personally, as a person that got a PS5, thinks it was a total waste of money and you should save your money by not getting one at this juncture in time. Now, I just want to start off with the basic. There's not enough of a game library to justify the upgrade if you already have a PS4. What I did was July last year, I bought a PS5 for myself because I thought, well, they're available now, and I know I don't want to wait around until Black Friday because I knew I'd be fighting some people to try and get one in line or whatever. Not literally fighting, struggling to get one. So I said, I'll just get one before Spider-Man 2 comes out because that was my main reason for upgrading. I wanted to play Spider-Man 2. And for the record, no, it was not because of a fear of missing out. It's because that's what I did with the PS4. I bought the PS4 used from a friend of mine, so I could be able to play Spider-Man on PS4. And I figured I'll do it again this time around. And I can say it was a waste of money. I mean, let me show you my entire game library of the PS5. This is it. These are all the games I have exclusively on PS5. And this is the only one that is exclusive to the console itself. These third party. So obviously that doesn't really count. In terms of graphics, it doesn't seem like that much of a leap forward from the PS4. So the reasoning of better graphics, no, not really. I have a swig of water here. And I'll tell you about it, like why I think it was not worth it just based on this game, Spider-Man 2. The game was just okay. I mean, I beat it within the weekend that I bought it. Literally slept very little. I thought I'm just going to grind and beat this game as soon as possible. I got it Thursday night of the midnight release. Came home, had to do an upgrade installed, which probably didn't get done till after 1 in the morning. And played it for a little bit, slept for a couple hours, went to work, and I had to be at work by 6 a.m. So I only got to play a couple hours. And then came home, slept. I basically did that every day. Got up, played Spider-Man 2, so on and so forth. I beat that game on a Monday or a Tuesday. And the next couple days, I got 100% game completion. And, well, actually, no. I take that back. 99% game completion. And I got 100% on the trophies. And this is a bit of a nitpick, but one issue I have with the PS5, so far the game's trophy hunting is too easy. I mean, that was something that was kind of become a problem on the PS4 era, where me, who comes from the PS3 era of trophy hunting, you had to work to get those trophies. But anyway, so ever since I beat Spider-Man 2, I've not had the desire to actually play it. Something about it just seems off to me. Not necessarily anything bad per se. It didn't strike me as played a second time or like more than that as the first game did on PS4. I played that over and over again. New Game Plus, regular mode, etc., etc. This I haven't even touched. The last time I touched it was back in the beginning of January. We had some friends of ours from Ohio coming back up from Florida, and they spent the night with us. And their grandson, he wanted to play Spider-Man. I was like, well, that game I loaned to someone. So you want to play Spider-Man 2? Sure. That was the last time I popped this sucker in. The game's, and part of the reason I'm supposed to be ranting about the PS5, not exclusively Spider-Man 2. My apologies, folks. So the game that was exclusive for the library one of the exclusives for the console itself was just mediocre to me. Maybe I had too high of expectations, or maybe I just realized on a subconscious level that it's kind of a rinse and repeat of story beats, not copy and paste, but basically you reach a halfway point, this happens to the main villain, and you go on to the other villain for the rest of the game, etc., etc. Now, the two that are third party, I believe, Gotham Knights and Jedi Survivor. I've not even beaten Gotham Knights. I've probably played maybe 2 hours of this, and it just isn't really all that fun. I mean, and I love the Arkham series. I've got all of them on PS3 and 4. I've got Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, and Arkham Knight. This, I can't really get past that a couple hours in the game just because it doesn't feel as fun to me. But that could just be a developer problem as opposed to the console problem. So I just think the game wasn't really all that worth it. And this one, Jedi Survivor, I probably played the most out of all these three games. I played this one the most, but that's mostly because of how large of a game it is. I think a big issue of the PS5 is that they're leaning too hard into the look how big and open these worlds are. And I just feel I get the idea that it's supposed to be for people that like to explore in game, but when you're a non-linear game, minus the main objective, it just feels too open. You gotta kind of have some boundaries to close it off because you just be wandering for hours aimlessly if you don't have the main goal in mind and so forth. And I loved Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor. I liked it better than Spider-Man 2, but that's only saying so much. And I just feel that why was this exclusive to the PS5? Why couldn't this have been on the PS4? The graphics don't seem like I said, not a huge leap and bound to justify having it exclusive to the next gen consoles. But thank God that the PS5 is backwards compatible with all PS4 games because I still have my entire library of PS4 games, which isn't as much as my PS3 library, but I still have all the games, including digital. And that's another gripe I have. The amount of terabytes of the games takes up so much room, and I have, I mean, not terabytes, gigabytes. Takes up so much room of your memory that I have to delete a lot of other games and reinstall them later on if I want to play them again. The PS4, yeah, kind of had that problem, but you'd have much more games available on there than you do with this. For example, if I wanted to play Jedi Survivor, I probably might have to delete 3 games worth of maybe two or three games worth of PS4 games to have space on there on my PS5. Because I have quite a few games stored on there digitally. Some are from PlayStation Network, et cetera, purchases digitally. And I just think if you're going to have that leap forward in technology for a new console, have more space. I mean, no higher price markup and whatnot. But you know what? It's already $500, $600 or whatever for the dang thing. Give me more space. I know I could expand it with an external hard drive, but I shouldn't have to do that necessarily. Because first of which, that implies that I have an external hard drive to spare. Maybe I only have one to spare, and it's already taken up with movies, music, and papers, etc., etc. I know, incoherent tangent. I don't do streams enough to be good at this. I'm not as good as Sound Engraver is. Shout out to you, Sound Engraver, if you actually watch this, because I am going to send this link to you. Or Professor Geek. Debating on whether or not I want to send this to him because he'll probably ignore it in his DMs. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. So, yeah, I just don't think that the PS5 is worth it until there is more of a library of games exclusive to the console itself to justify getting it. In theory, I could have returned it, but I had already given away my PS4. Yes, gave away. My buddy Mark, he has 3 sons and a daughter, and they're from the daughter's youngest. She's from like adolescent age, and the oldest is who's a boy, probably late teens, mid late teens. I just gave them my PS4 with one of the controllers, and I said, "You guys can have some fun on it if you guys want it." And they wanted it. They're liking it so far. They got a couple games for themselves and an extra controller, which is good because my old controller was drifting on the right analog stick. But anyway, so I can't just go back to my PS4. So I will say, if you want a PS5 for the reason of playing next gen games, maybe wait a while. I mean, if your PS4 is breaking down, yeah, I suppose you could get the PS5 to replace it because it is backwards compatible. And I do got the disc reading version, not the digital only version. So that is one plus the PS5 has over the PS4, backwards compatible with the prior generation of consoles, and all your digital purchases are available to download. Unlike the PS4, but that's partially because of the whole PS3 thing, because of coding and programming, blah blah blah. You keep shooting yourselves in the foot like that, Sony. Why? Ranting even more incoherently than you would expect. But I have some optimism. Not for Spider-Man 3, believe me. I want to be optimistic. I may hold off on playing that. But games I am looking forward to, I have a pre-order for Rise of the Ronin to whet my appetite and hold me over until a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, which is what I'm really looking forward to, and Wolverine, which I hope is a lot better than Spider-Man 2 was. Maybe I'm just kind of burnt out on old Webhead because he's been so mistreated by Marvel in movies and comics the last few years that I just don't care anymore. So maybe the old Berserker Knucklehead will appease me. I don't know. So if you guys, for some strange reason, clicked on my video, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Peace out.